Hey everyone, welcome to another $1,000 strap search. I've got my $1,000 in singles here and I'm about to show you what I found. But before I do, let's talk about this week's tip. Now in the past, I've discussed opinions and what you collect, your collection. And those should be merged together, okay? You should collect things that you like. You shouldn't be forced to collect things that other people say are valuable. And the reason I say that is there are a lot of collectibles on the market, a lot of things that have to do with currency that I personally don't collect. I don't see additional value in them, but that doesn't mean that they shouldn't be collected. It could be something as simple as, well, like what I do with my collection. I collect trinaries and I also collect quads, but I'm doing that for a specific purpose. I'm doing that trying to find matching serial numbers. I know there's no additional value, but that doesn't stop me from collecting it. And you can tell me all you want that there's no additional value in them. It's not going to stop me from collecting because that is part of what I collect. Now, there are a number of things out there that other people collect that I don't find additional value in, and that's okay, as long as you are aware of that fact. If you collect something and think there's additional value and that's why you collect it, well, now all of a sudden you're being misled. I want you to collect anything you enjoy collecting, but I also want you to have an honest idea of any additional value on that particular thing. All right, let's take a look at what I found this week. This week is more Vegas notes. These particular notes are from Arizona Charlie's, Binion's, Boulder Station, Samstown, Oyo, El Cortez, California, and then two places on the outskirts of Nevada. One was called Virgin River and one was called Eureka. So these were the notes that I got. We'll move those out of the way and take a look at what I found this week. Okay, starting off, what do I have here? Oh, this note looks like a regular note, but it is stamped. It says stamp money out of politics. Anytime I find a note that's got a stamp on it, I always pull that out. And I'm going to start saving the ones that are stamped. Like I said, there's no additional value, but it was a stamped note in circulation. So to me, I just find that kind of neat. And I think if I was to be able to have a book full of all the different stamps I found, that would be interesting. It doesn't have to be worth money. All it has to do is be interesting. So yeah, I pulled that one out because it's stamped and I find it interesting. All right, what else? What do we got here? This one is an alternator, 08481808. So 8 alternates every other digit, and it's Tor, so it's probably going to go back in circulation. This is a birthday note. This is 1933, August 14th. This one's interesting. This one is bookends, and it's the way that I would think that this would be worth keeping. You've got 377 on the front, you got 377 on the back, and you got a couple zeros in the middle. Is it worth anything more? Probably not. But, you know, like I said, that is interesting. Whenever you got a couple zeros in to divide those up like that, that makes it pretty interesting. This particular note came from Eureka, which is in Mesquite, Nevada. So it was, I kept track of little things like that as well. This one is 4 pairs, 33443300. If I'm going to have 4 pairs, I'm going to have the pairs next to each other. That's the only way I'll save it. This one is a trinary, 0s, 2s, and 8s. This one is 1s, 3s, and 9s. 1s, 4s, and 9s on this one. 3s, 4s, and 6s. Look at all the 8s. 2 4s and 8s on this one, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 8s. That's pretty cool. This is quads, and look at how close that is to a radar. You've got 7422, and then you've got 2242. If that was a 7 on the end, that would have been a radar. But it's still a trinary, 2s, 4s, and 7s, and it's quads with a 5th. So that one's pretty cool. Quad 1s on this one. Quad 2s with a 5th as well. Quad 5s. It's all written on. That's too bad. Quad 5s again, and this one's also a trinary, 2s, 5s, and 9s. Pretty rough shape. Quad 2s again. And then I've got 5 4s in a row. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 5 4s. I did find some stars. 2017 star note, fairly low number. Another 2017, always checking to see if those stars are filled. 2013, not from New York though. This one is 2013 star note from New York, potential to be a doubled note. Then some older notes. 2006, I don't normally say it, but this one is crisp. This one's in really nice shape, and it happens to be something other than Chicago, so there's a chance that I could use this as an upgrade in my book. 2001, another 2001, pretty rough shape. 1999, also in kind of rough shape. 1988A, so that's nice, seeing something that old. And the oldest note I found, this one was from 1977, 1977A series. I think I wrote down where I got that one. Yeah, this one came from Oyo, which is right next to Tropicana on Tropicana, just off the strip. So that's what I found this week. What did I bring out? Well, I got another gift from my friend B Huff. B Huff sent this to me. He heard me talk about it in the past, and he knew I didn't have one, so he sent it to me. What did he send? He sent me a 1976 $2 bill. Now, this particular one, if I recall, I think he said that he had gone around and gotten these first day issue stamps. Now, let's take a look at what we're talking about here. In 1976, the federal government released the new version of the $2 bill that had this back on it. Before it had Monticello on it, now it has signing of the Declaration of Independence. So that's what's on the back of the $2 bills as you see them now. They did this for the bicentennial. So 1976, you have the new $2 bills released, and many people would get brand new $2 bills just like this. This one's in really good shape. They would get brand new $2 bills, and they would take them to the post office, and they would have a stamp put on there. So you have the stamp right there, 13 cents. How's that for a neat stamp? And then they would have the stamp canceled. So you would have the date, this is April 13th, 1976. That allows you to prove the day that this particular note was stamped. And you can't say it proves the day that it was issued, because I don't know what day they were actually issued. However, April 13th, 1976 was the day that this one was stamped and canceled. So I'd have to assume that that would be the day of first issue. I don't know why anybody would do that without that. Now, this is the part that I always question. If you have one of these, great. I mean, if you were able to go out and do that, if you were able to get brand new $2 bills and take them to the post office as a first day issue, what a great memory. What a great event. What a fun time to be into collecting. I can't take anything away from that. But this is how I view this bill. I can go grab a stack of $2 bills that are virtually brand new from 1976 that are sitting on my shelf right now. Which means if I have a bunch of those and I compare those crisp uncirculated bills to this crisp uncirculated bill, this bill has a sticker on it, a stamp, and it has ink on it from the canceled note. So my view of this note is that this one probably wouldn't be worth as much as the regular notes. Now, I say that because if there's any problem with a note, if there's any writing on a note, that always reduces the grade. If there are stamps, like a Where's George stamp, that reduces the grade. If there's any damage to the note, all that is counted against the grade of the note. So even though this was simply to mark it as a first day issue, I view, right, wrong, or indifferent, it's my opinion that this would be just a damaged note. Now, if there weren't brand new, crisp 1976 $2 bills still floating around today, then I could see how this would be worth, this could be worth a little more. The unfortunate thing is, well, first and foremost, many people took these notes and made first day issues out of them by getting them stamped and by getting the stamp canceled. So there are a lot of these. Now this one here is priced at $6 here. I didn't buy this. This was, like I said, this was a gift from my friend B Huff, and I'm glad he sent it because I didn't have one. I wasn't going to go out and get one, but this allows me to talk about the note and show you guys what I'm talking about. So like I said, in my opinion, I consider this a note that has been marked and damaged because there are so many other notes that are out there. But once again, that's simply my opinion. So when I'm looking at my collection, this is not something that I would have ever gone out to get. I'm glad I have it and I'm thankful for it. But yeah, that's one of the notes I had talked about in the past. Now, let's just take a quick peek at the book and see what the book has to say. Here are the $2 bills. See if I can do this without knocking everything over. Series of 1976. And the book doesn't say anything about having a stamp. Let's see what this is over here. Notes without stars. Oh, that's for those there. Okay. So, series of 1976. You can see choice 63. You're talking $10 for, the regular notes and $18 to $25 for the star notes. Looks like some of the regular notes could be $10, $12, or $15 in choice uncirculated. So yeah, if the stamped notes are selling for $10, $12 on eBay, and the uncirculated notes are worth $10, $12 according to the book, that stamp really doesn't increase the value. It does give for a very interesting talking point. And once again, if that does it for you, great. Get a couple of these and put them in your collection. Like I said, I firmly believe that the people who actually went around to get these notes mean a lot more to those people, as they should. It is a mark in their life that they can distinctly remember. So, I mean, this is truly a memory for somebody. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm simply saying I don't know that that adds any additional monetary value to anyone else. All right, guys, that's what I've got for you this week. Just my thoughts on the first day issue $2 notes. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next week.